All right, so let's go into this Raw after Mania. This is supposed to be the big thing. First hour, no commercials. And I'm like, oh, snap, about to get something nice. We got 45 minutes, 50 minutes, niggas talking.
45 minutes.
45 minutes, but let's be clear before we like shit on WWE for such a long promo. We do have to, because I remember you were telling me, because I think I wasn't home yet or something like that, and you were telling me that it was, oh yeah, because I went out. It was awkward, and I'm like, but the crowd hijacked it. Are you frozen again?
No, we good.
Okay.
It went away for a little bit, but
okay, yeah, like the crowd hijacked a good portion of that promo. So I think if they didn't hijack that, it probably wouldn't have been that long. So
I think
they hijacked it for a total of 3 minutes.
It was not 3 minutes. When I watched it, it was multiple times that they didn't let The Rock talk, and they took, you know, a chunk of that promo out.
Yeah, but dirty down, man. Like I said, 3 minutes.
Like the thing is that when you booked you can tell that it was booked that way because they had stuff to talk about for the 40 minutes. If you want to say they hijacked it for 10 minutes, they still had like 35 minutes of conversation to have. They wasn't gonna put no match after that. Right after they did whatever they did with The Rock and Cody, they was gonna cut the commercial and come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can tell that whole hour was dedicated for them just to talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like.
But it wasn't. I thought it was a great. Honestly, I enjoyed it. Maybe I'm biased because I'm a Rock fan or whatever.
I can't do that talking, man. I'm here to see people fight.
Cool. Like,
but it serves its purpose.
I can't watch people threaten each other for 45 minutes. I'm gonna fuck you up next summer. Like, with the Summerslam, cool. I got you. Like, you gotta do something.
The exchange was cool. Like I said, I don't get me. I was engaged in it. It was cool.
Right.
But I'm just like you said, like no matter what, no matter anything going on for too long, you just like
start zoning out.
Like, it's dragging. It's getting a little too long. You start looking at the clock, like, wait a minute. Thank God it ain't SmackDown. But I'm just like, whoa,
right.
And then like I said,
y'all got beef, or y'all friends now. Like
I said, then it was just awkward. And then like after the fact, like you like the videos come when Cody did it to The Rock when he won, and then he like, can I see your title? And like I said, it goes back to long-term storytelling.
Right.
And, so it goes like that. But at the top, at that moment, I didn't know that.
Right. Nobody remembers that. Who remembers that?
Well, yeah, but all in all, I think it was his crowning moment, Cody Rhodes, and it was nice to see that The Rock, even though we know he has to go away, it feels like for real this time he's still invested when he says WWE is my home and this, that, and the third. That he's invested in progressing the company. Obviously, he has to because being on the board, right? So I'm excited to see what's going to come about between their feud. I wonder what he gave him and told him, "Don't break my heart again."
Gave him a ticket to Black Adam.
But
Black Adam and Homelander, the same ring.
There you go. So no, I'm excited to see what's to come. I'm excited to see Cody, how this reign of his and what he does with it. We saw what Roman did these past 4 years, and he has big shoes to fill.
It's off to a great start though. So far, it's off to a great start.
But we're gonna find out. We don't gotta wait too long because the draft is coming up on April 26th and April 29th.
Hey, they got some balls doing the NFL draft.
Yo. Not only that, I always hate when they start the draft on the Smackdown. Why can't we start at Raw? And then continue on NXT and then continue on SmackDown? I get it. SmackDown flagship show. Right? But it's just like now you gotta wait a whole weekend.
Well, you're only waiting 2 days for Raw. Like it's actually kind of better if you do it like that though.
No, because if you do it on Raw, NXT, and then SmackDown,
it's still the same amount of days, Blue.
I feel like when you start, it feels like you start off 1 week into another one. I don't know. I'm weird. I don't know that.
Yeah, we know, but I can see what you're saying in regards to NXT because, I'm like in the notes that I put, it looks like there's a big emphasis for real with NXT, right? Because you see what's his name, Dragunov that came out. Roxanne Perez. You saw Braun Breaker. You're seeing, and then even what's her name? Ava.
Yeah.
The Rock's daughter. you know, an intricate part into this talking about the draft. So yeah, I could see that the draft go for 3 days, Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, especially when we see, you know, wrestlers going to NXT all the time. So, but it'll be interesting to see the shakeup and who goes on to what brand. I don't really think that's a big thing at this point anymore. But we'll see. Maybe they'll put a lot of emphasis on the 2 different brands or 3 different brands.
Well, I said they did better. They, like I said, I will give them credit when this year they did better with the people not really going back and forth to show. They did better than normal. Like I said, like, so I give them credit. Hopefully they stick to it and get more better with it and let people stay on their respective shows. Because now, like I said, you tag teams is broke up. The women tag team, the women tag team, they could still go everywhere. I froze. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, all right,
cool. There I go. And then so hopefully they do better with that. But like I said, like the NXT, I'm very intrigued what they're gonna do with the NXT people. Are they just gonna give us the people that we know that's coming up, like Dragunov, Roxanne, and Braun Breaker, and probably Baron Corbin? Are they gonna give us more people?
Well, Braun Breaker is unofficial on SmackDown now, right?
That's true. Yeah.
He's officially on SmackDown. He is officially on SmackDown.
He's officially, but it's still the draft. I'm assuming he could still go to Raw because
or SmackDown,
the draft or whatever the case may be. But yeah, well, you know, we spent enough time in regards to the draft.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I talk?
Go ahead.
No, I just because you sound like you had something else to say.
No, go ahead.
You're good? Okay.
I'm about to do what you was about to do. Go ahead.
But no, and then we saw in the main event, right? We saw a fatal 4-way with for Damian Priest his world heavyweight title, Jey Uso, Damian Priest, Bronson Reed, and who was Ricochet.
This was the most random main event I've ever seen in my life. Now I'm over exaggerating it, but it was just like, what are we doing here?
Well, I don't know if it's random. It's just the competitors that are involved. I truly would love to see Jay get a shot and win a singles title because he's completely over. But from the looks of it, we'll get to SmackDown. That may not necessarily happen. But other than that, like I don't believe Ricochet is a world heavyweight contender.
Or Bronson Reed.
Or Bronson Reed, like
Bronson Reed
needs to be built up more. He needs to be built up more.
Yeah, he got the potential.
Yeah, he has potential, but you gotta it didn't make sense. I could have seen.
Go ahead, Koley. Go ahead. Go
ahead.
No, Bronson Reed is the next up, and like I said, she hears me weekly on this. Bronson Reed is great. He, like I said, he finally showed his range in the Elimination Chamber. Like not this past one, the year before. Showed how great he was. NXT, he was phenomenal as the North American champion. He got one of the best entrances if they go back to it. When he his little skyscraper thing walking through the building. His move is just his finishing move is just phenomenal. He could like the WWE speed. He shows that he could move like he can move fast with the little people, and he still got the powerhouse to do everything. He puts on good matches. Like, I just don't like Jay winning. I'm sorry, I don't like Jay winning because he's not about to win. And like I said, I don't want to crush his momentum. Like I said, I understand it's cool for him to do it. They probably cheat to have him win and be like, oh yeah, like, it wasn't a clean win. But no, like let's stop spoiling that.
He's super over it.
He's super over. That's the problem.
But Bronson Reed could have won and could have took that loss, or like he took that loss to Priest, and nobody would have thought about it.
Right.
And Priest could have beat him clean and made him look like a good champion, or even Ricochet. But I know they want Ricochet not to lose because they want Ricochet to be the speed champion. So I get it. I understand it.
I hate that show.
But yeah.
Well, I just feel like Jay's super over. Damian is a heel. You know, yes, it's not like we don't see face versus face and heel versus heel from time to time, but it just didn't make. I don't know. First of all, do we even know that Drew is re-signed with WWE? He hasn't
signed.
Okay, so then that's another thing. You know.
But that's what I'm trying to say before the Castle thing. Right? If they are going to do it, with the Castle, right?
I can't see him. Yeah, exactly.
So that's why I said I agree with the Bronson Reed. The thing and problem is that When you get your most over wrestler, get the title shot, and then lose, it kills the momentum. We seen
Kind of
that
like
happen
what
with
they
LA
did with
Knight.
LA Knight, yeah.
Right,
yeah,
so that's the problem
yeah.
here. Jay's your most over. If he's not going to win, don't put him in that position to lose.
Or which
Bronson can take that L.
I agree with that, but I still think Jay should have had an opportunity for a singles title. Maybe not the heavyweight title, but definitely for the mid card. And now,
no, but he should be the heavyweight title later on. That's the thing, right? He can
down
win it later.
No, down the line, yes. But you know how I've said this from day one since we started doing this podcast. I'm a firm believer because I grew up in the Attitude Era. The up and comer wrestlers will go for the mid card titles, and then they work the mid card scene and then move up to a heavyweight title. Not let's throw whoever's hot and who just came onto the roster and throw them into the main event. I was never a fan of that. So that's why I didn't think this.
That's the reason why this works.
Hold on. Hold on one second.
Do the pause.
Yeah, so I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of like just throwing people because they're hot into the main event scene. I think they gotta work. I personally feel the wrestlers should work in the mid card scene and then do that. So that again with Jay, I feel Jay should have been his scene. Not let's give him a heavyweight title opportunity and then like you guys said he lose and it just makes him look bad.
But the reason why I think it works for Jay is because he already proved himself like in a mid card range, not as a mid card title winner, but as a tag team champion. Right? In reality, that's part of the mid card. I feel like he's done his time in that space where on Raw, especially with the amount of talent they have on Raw, that he's on the upper echelon of that talent roster, right? So I feel like he could fit in the main event roster picture, not having to go through the IC title on Raw.
Yeah, he should be the IC champion if it didn't get cheated.
Right. So, but he didn't happen for him, but he can still fit in the main event picture. But like I said, Bronson Reed should have just took the L.
Yeah.
Like, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it honestly. But
is he a heel or he's a face?
Don't know.
He's that guy.
Okay. Don't know. So that's that.
But he's gonna be a nice build-up. He's gonna be a nice build-up to have in their pocket. We're gonna go over to SmackDown now.
Good.
Anything for Brawl that we forgot?
No.
Okay.
Let's run to SmackDown. Fit in that shit.
Gunther's gonna come over and take Drew's head off and relieve him of his duties at WWE. Let's go over to SmackDown. I didn't really catch much of this. I caught bits and pieces of it.
Oh man, you made it seem like you was watching the whole thing.
I did, but I got kids running around, and I gotta, like it's Friday. Kids is running around. I got to put diapers here, diapers there, and
I watched the whole thing.
Right, and
you ain't got no diapers to change.
You ain't.
I was front row. I seen the whole thing.
Oh yeah, you had the amazing seat. Had the amazing experience.
How was that?
Tell us from firsthand.
It was phenomenal. It was a movie. It was great. Like I said, I got those tickets 15 minutes, 20 minutes before the show. And it was just like a great
telling him sometimes you get the dope seats. You don't have to buy it well in advance. Sometimes you gotta wait 15 minutes or so to get some good seats.
And then that phrase, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I just happened to know somebody that hooked me up, and boom, the rest was history. And then then like I said, got a good moment with my daughter, and she loved it and everything because she's been wanting to go to a show because she hasn't went to a show in 2-3 years. Right. And she's been wanting to go, and
she got the best experience.
Got the best experience ever.
The best experience anyone could possibly get.
Yeah, she wanted to. She really wanted to go to Mania, and like I said, she was like bummed out about it, and I'm like, sorry, babe.
You made up for it. You made up for it
big time. I was trying to tell her.
More than made up for it.
Like she got the Cody weight belt.
She got a little gift from Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, so she got to go into the ring with Cody Rhodes. For the people that's listening and everything, Cody Rhodes had called her into the ring, and she got to go inside the ring and got a standing ovation and got her name chatted by the people, and she was loving it and living it up and everything. And that's dope. Right here for the people that's watching It got autographed and everything, which is phenomenal. And
somehow that belt is not in her possession though.
oh, the belt will be in Koley's corner, like I told you it was gonna be.
Nah, you can't get something like that valuable to the kid. She'll mess around and trade it in for a bubble gum. Look what I got.
This belt with this belt hanging on this wall, it will live and be good for the next 40, 50 years.
Yeah, she'll get it. She can afford it. She can appreciate it.
Yeah,
I agree with that. She'll mess around. Yo, you don't know kids. She'll take that to school. Like, look what I got at the show on Monday. Somebody be like, wow, cool. I'll trade you for a pencil. Yeah, I got the unicorn pencil. Like,
nah. I have a little bit more faith in her that she wouldn't trade it for a pencil or bubble gum, but you know,
she would lose it. I ain't gonna sit here and say she was right. She would lose it. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, you don't know kids. Kids are, they got a hole somewhere. They just lose things. You don't know where it went. Like, what happened? I don't know.
I don't know where it went. And don't care about it, and don't care after the fact.
Right. Like nah. Yeah, I agree. Put it on the wall so she's ready for it.
She gonna forget about it.
Nah, she not.
That's one of those memories that you don't forget.
So what are the takeaways that we have for SmackDown?
Yo, Tama
Tonga, and like I said, like that was great and everything, especially me seeing like he came out with a hood and like you know during a commercial come out and then you see like a flock. It's like 15 people. I was like, who? I ain't put two and two together because I don't go to many like shows like Raw and SmackDown. Like I said, I always go to live shows or stuff like that, and I definitely don't come when a appearance come. So you see like I thought it was like people that was about to adjust the set and everything. And then like they dude went under the ring, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm still not putting two and two together. Right. And then it happened, and then I'm talking to Paul Heyman while everything happening. End up going off, and then like I said, it happened, and I was just like, wow, that's phenomenal. The crowd didn't really know who Tama Tonga was, and of course.
And that when I was pulling the notes together for this, and I was just trying to remember the sequence of the order that was SmackDown, and I was reading like on Bleacher Report, and I agreed with this. WWE now has to do a good job in letting us know who he is, right? You know, people don't know that that's Haiku's son. That people don't know what he's done in New Japan Pro Wrestling. They don't know. Yeah, or even know that he's not Samoan. So what's the correlation and all these different things? So
it's dope. And they need, like you said, they need to show that with him and Haku, and then like with Haku and Rikishi was a tag team with each other. Like I said, like when they coming out in SmackDown, and
exactly.
I really thought it was gonna put more toward like when they said he was coming. I didn't think he was really gonna be in the Bloodline thing. I thought he was gonna be. I thought he was gonna really just be something with Cody. I really thought he was gonna be Cody's first person since they got history with each other and everything. That's what I thought it was gonna be, but it's cool how it is.
Yeah,
like I said, it's cool how it is. Like I said, like I was telling like somebody at the show, I was like, this is like because they kept saying the tribal chief said this, and then he took the phone from Paul Heyman and stumped on it. And I was like, this looked like Triple H the night after WrestleMania 14. Like, yeah, you dropped the ball, and he's like, losing got consequences. And then he started taking over. Like, what is Solo about trying to be the tribal chief? Like Triple H.
Well, that was my question. My question because prior to that, the backstage segment where Paul Heyman was basically telling Jimmy and Solo like
losing got consequences.
Exactly. So basically, now we're gonna do this the right way in getting the title back with the bloodline. So that to me comes off as, are we going to see a future face turn when it comes to the tribal chief? Because now you all of a sudden want to do it ethically. So, and then Solo's not with it. So he took matters into his own hands.
Did he?
Yeah,
or is there a new tribal chief?
He Triple H after WrestleMania 14, man. He's making his own bloodline.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So he took it because you stomped on Paul Heyman's cell phone, and then you tell him this is coming from the tribal chief. Is it, or are you?
Thomas said the same thing.
Right.
But no, that's the thing is there a new tribal chief? The way
that's what I'm saying. Or
and that's what Solo saying he's the tribal chief.
Nah. Or is there someone else they have in mind?
Well,
I feel like
we know Jacob coming, so Jacob
right,
is.
but he ain't gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be the tribal chief.
I feel like The Rock is taking over as tribal chief. He's like, you dropped the ball. I'm taking over now.
I don't know. It's so much. It's so many
I
ways
can
this can
see
go.
that.
It's so many
Like
ways.
this
It's so
is a
many
call
ways this
coming
can
from
go.
The Rock. That's why he said, "Don't call Roman. I'm getting the info from The Rock, the new tribal chief." Roman was just the tribal chief because he was a champ. He ain't champ no more. So now in the pecking orders, Rock is running the business. So he's the tribal chief. So I'm getting my orders from him.
Like I said, it's so many ways this can go. Like I said, like I just hope they don't fumble it. It's so many ways this can go, and
But again, we're still
here
back in this
for it.
bloodline drama. Like
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it as long as it is played out right.
He'll come back. Go ahead.
I'm here for it, especially like what you're saying in regards to like, you know, if that the orders are coming from The Rock, now it makes sense because especially when Rock told Cody, you know, your story is over with Roman Reigns, but you and I,
he's the final boss.
He's just begun. So, and shout out to Cody, by the way, just to wrap this up. Shout out to his line when he said, "Who the hell told you this was open mic night, bitch?" We copied Brandy.
Yeah, and the crowd went nuts because you know she's from out here, so
Detroit. That's another thing.
She's
like
from Detroit. That's nice.
Well, she's from Canton. She's from Canton, where I stay at. But yeah, but it's just 30 minutes from Detroit.
That's dope.
You know,
that's
so
dope.
that was dope that he did that. But yeah, it's a lot. It's still more bloodline stuff, and now it's breathing in more life into the
do Jimmy and Jade come together? Now that's the part I'm curious about. Do the Usos come back together?
They come back to help Roman?
Jimmy needs Jay. He just the way they booked him. He needs Jay.
They booked him bad.
Yeah, they booked him bad. So at this point, Jay don't need him at this point because he's completely over. But Jimmy definitely needs Jay. So it's probably gonna come.
He loves his brother. He can't let his brother hanging.
Yeah, because the dark match after that was Jay versus Solo. And of course, Jay won. Jay won.
But Jay, see, this is my problem, right?
But once again, Solo doesn't count the lights. That's why I keep telling everybody. He keep losing by disqualification and stuff like that. Like he hit Jay in the nuts, and he lost.
But that's one thing though. Solo talking about wins and losses. My man is 0-39 since losing to John Cena. That's a fact. I've seen it online. This man is 0-39, and now you worry about wins and losses.
He never count the lights though. He really hasn't counted the lights though.
He still got one on the winning side though.
Yeah, I get it.
He still don't have no point on the winning side. How you about wins and losses? You ain't got one win.
Like who has really beaten Solo? Like
Yeah,
himself.
but something even though with a record like that, it's like there's still some what's the word I'm looking for? Like he still has a presence of like,
of course,
not to be messed with. So they've done a good job in that sense.
Or even if he don't even disqualify himself, like somebody like how it was on that Raw before Mania, like everybody came in and started jumping on people, like everybody interfered, and it's like, yeah, he doesn't count the lights. I guess that's the cool part. He only counted the lights twice in his career.
Yeah, I guess. Moving on though, let's get this Naomi versus Bayley next week after she defeated Tiffany Stratton this past week. How y'all feel again? Again, Tiffany Stratton, an NXT person coming up and filling in some shoes.
Well, Tiffany, I think her future is bright. You know,
people
love her, super over. And I'm not even saying it because of appearance wise, and she's talented, and it seems like a lot of people are on board with her, but kind of like we discussed about Raw, there's a pecking order, and Naomi from day one has deserved a shot, right? That she never really got. Maybe once in around 2016, 2017, when she had her one and only title reign, but you know,
she won a championship at Mania.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But that was then, you know. But ever since then, it was always something, or she wasn't. I'll never forget. There was a quote that I read from her. She's like, "It doesn't even matter at this point to necessarily win titles. She wants a good feud,
right?
And that's all she's ever really wanted, was like to be in something good, not you just throw her in there, you know, and the crowd reacts, whatever. So I'm interested to see where is this an actual feud or is this a one off, or is this to turn
Tiffany
heel? Like what?
Tiffany will get involved in this match, and she's going
Tiffany
to
will probably get involved. You know, I think now we're finally see. I don't know if because this is a restart, we're kind of seeing the women's storylines kind of, you know, starting up again. There's multiple things going, even with like going back to Raw briefly. We saw with Indy and Candice LeRae, like you have a storyline, but there's no title, which is we're fine with stuff like that. So, you know, and then you know, moving to Jade and Bianca, the matching gear. It looks like we're setting up for
you got Liv and Rhea. You got Liv and Rhea storyline picking up too.
That too. So we see.
She nailed her ass with that chair.
Yo, oh my gosh!
Like,
also shout out to the camera work they've been doing too, coming from the back going into the arena. That's been dope. That's a dope camera.
Dope. We were talking about that, like how they've done that. So there's a lot of things it seems like that's cooking with the women's division now, and I'm hoping it continues that way.
I just hope that they don't. It's a situation. No, I'm trying to get it out, right? I'm watching Jade and Bianca, and I hope that's not a situation where they're just going to be tagging where Bianca does the legwork and then tag Jade for the hot tag for 2 to 3 moves. But my thing is that we spent like just 6-7 months not seeing Jade, and when we asked about that, they were saying that she's preparing to work in her in-ring, right? She's doing the exact same thing that she was doing before with the other company, and to me, it's like you can't. In WWE, I guess it's easier to do it to protect her in that way, but it's just like eventually you're gonna have to do more, especially if you try to get in the ring with Bianca Belair.
Does she? I mean, I would want her to do more, but does she? We've seen like with Goldberg going from WCW to WWE, essentially
175-0, like
right. Spears, jackhammers, and call it a day, and it transitioned ultimately in WWE. So I mean, maybe it's just certain wrestlers that's going to be their calling. And Jade has a look, you know, she looks phenomenal, and I think you can truly hide behind that. Would I like her to do a little bit better when it comes to in-ring performance? Absolutely. Just because she looks so good, you know, I feel like she can really do more. But maybe she has like her ceiling is a certain thing. I don't know, but I think it's definitely going to be what you said, that hiding behind Bianca and then the hot tag and 2 or 3 moves.
I think it's coming. Like I said, like tell everybody, just let's let it cook, let it play out. Let's let it play out. Let's see. Like I said, it's still early in the game. We ain't even at the end of the first inning yet.
But with her, it's been like she's been in this business for now 5 years. Yeah, and it's been the same thing. So when is it gonna pick up? Okay, like let's be honest, right? Yeah. Let's be honest. She had one-on-ones with Bryan Danielson, one of the best wrestlers in this world.
Yeah.
And you still didn't have any progression. That's scary.
Well, I mean, but there's a lot of
or is it the booking though? We don't. Like I said, we.
It could be booking. It could be some people are just genuinely like you can, like you said, yeah, you can learn from like some of the greats, but there's some people aren't necessarily gifted like the others, and I'm not saying she's not. I get that. You know what I'm saying? Right? Because
that's what I'm saying.
Let's you remember like with what was it with Sasha when Sasha was in WWE and she had that feud with Carmella. She made Carmella look amazing, but we know someone like Carmella who's been in NXT. That's a developmental brand, and she just wasn't really strong as a wrestler. You know, she's a good character-wise. It's just that's the name of the game. You're gonna have people.
Well, Carmella got better after a while. She got a little
I'm not saying she is. I'm not saying she hasn't got better. I'm not even saying. Remember, I used to shit on Bliss all the time.
Yeah.
You know, because she never really took bumps in this, that, and third. You see progression with some people, but some people are just more gifted on the mic. People are just some gifted character-wise. Some people are just gifted in the ring. That may be her ceiling, but like he said, you got to give it time and see how this plays out. But they're definitely, obviously, gonna be. It could be the booking, so but we got to see. But they're going to be tag team champions, or at least go for a tag team goal.
Yeah, like I said, I feel it's good for them to be like that, and they preparing and helping each other and doing everything. And like I said, she's going to build Jade up, and Yeah, it's gonna get to the point like, yeah, Jade probably turn. Hell, we might get a Bianca heel turn. Who knows? We could get that. People have been clamoring for Bianca to go
To
heel.
see what
Yeah,
how she
Bianca
does.
get another element in her character.
Yeah, like I don't play second fiddle to nobody.
Right.
She could probably
Especially
get
since
that
the
mode.
EST. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And we've seen Bianca's heel work was fucking awesome in NXT. So
Yeah,
there's a lot of things. Yeah,
I
there's
forgot
a
that a
lot.
little bit. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, yeah. Like there's a lot of, like you said, there's a lot of different ways things can go about when it comes to Jade. But we in this instance, I'm willing to let it play out and be a little bit
It
more
could.
patient.
I want this to be. I want this to
Because
be a
it's
slow.
WWE,
I want
right?
this to be. I want this to be a slow candle.
Because it's WWE. If it was AEW, I've been up down her back saying that.
I said like, but hey, like I was all for her winning like that in AEW. So like, yeah,
I'm joking.
I know. Hey,
I'm picking at the people that be on WWE, like the whole tribalism. They be like, because I've been seeing a lot of talk, man. I'm like, yo, that's why I can't stay on this Twitter. Let me get off now.
Yeah, no, Twitter is a different. But I mean, I think we've spoken enough about WWE. Do we really need to talk about the LA Knight and AJ Styles? Because we can talk about AEW. Because we already, like we said, for Mania, it didn't make sense for them to have a match, just for them to now have a match.
Hey, this is what we could touch on. All right, so both of them triple threat matches, right? You know, everybody that was in these triple threat matches lost, except for Bobby Lashley. Y'all talk about the fatal four way was thrown. Y'all talk about the fatal four way was thrown together. These matches was thrown together.
Yeah,
You picked
how does
everybody that lost.
How do you determine you lost at the biggest, on the grandest stage, but now you get the opportunity to go to France and potentially compete for the not just the world heavyweight title, but the undisputed title.
And Bobby Lashley's the one that doesn't get it. Like, I don't understand why they don't let Bobby Lashley just be great.
Yeah,
I didn't think Bobby was gonna get it.
Yeah,
like, I don't know. I don't know what it is when it comes to Bob. Like, Bobby is great. Street Profits they're great. And then when you put them together, been showing her work. She has to. She's doing her thing too. But it's just like, but now when you put them together, it just doesn't gel, and it's unfortunate because Bobby over the past couple of years has been one of my favorite wrestlers to watch. But yeah, there's a disconnect. But I didn't think he was gonna win. Again, it's that whole, because now they're face. They made them face again. That face dynamic wasn't gonna happen at Backlash. It had to be a heel, which is AJ Styles.
And I think it's gonna be AJ Styles versus Cody. I think that's gonna happen. AJ ain't gonna lose twice to LA Knight.
Exactly. Right. LA Knight is not gonna win.
And then Cody and AJ Styles got history, so that'll be a good
the whole Bullet Club thing. And if there's something that they play up to, yeah, there's a lot more with that. But then it goes back to what you said with Jay, like, you putting people in these positions and they're completely over just for them to keep losing in these big spots. I don't know how much more LA Knight's popularity can take when you keep losing the big one. So, but
he technically won the big one at Mania.
That doesn't mean anything. Yeah.
Technically, he had a Mania win. He had a Mania win. He had a SummerSlam win. So
that's about it.
Nothing to show.
That's about it. It stops right there.
But all right, Mark, you wanted to talk about.
Let's talk about AEW in this video. That's why I was happy to come.
He said this was a very WWE dominated show.
No, because you talking about. I mean, you got some things from AEW. But I wanted to bring up how Moxley won the IWGP Championship.
I get that. Well, we got to get to that first. We're going in order, right? We got to go to AEW in this video.
Right.
Go ahead. Actually,
I want to hear your point of view. I really want to hear your point of view on it. I ain't even going to bash this. I ain't going to bash on it.
5 minutes to AEW. You see that? We spent over an hour on WWE. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to start another show on the Mixed Tag Show. I'm going to start a whole one just for AEW.
We should start off with this. Like, I really just want to hear your take on this.
We want people to stay. We want people to stay and listen, not start. If we start off with AEW,
I just really want to hear your point of view because I was about to hit the group message and be like, "Yeah, man, what's going on?"
Here's the thing, right?
This is what he's been waiting for. This is like, listen, this is our main event right now. Koley's been ready to like go back and forth with you. So this is, now that we have this is going down. We gotta make a graphic, pull this clip, ding, 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 boom.
Like, seriously, I want to hear this. I really want to hear your take. And I want to hear you stand up for AEW with this.
I'm not standing up for it. For me, like I've said, they want to play the footage, let them play the footage. I ain't gonna hold you. Like if they want to play it, let them play it. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest. I don't know how you guys felt about it. WrestleMania week, you're doing a lot of promo to represent and promote WrestleMania. Jenna says it's a lot. When you're promoting your biggest show, when AEW used to do this, taking shots at WWE when they're promoting their stuff, she used to say it was tacky. And I didn't disagree with it. I just said that's just their DNA. That's what they used to. That's what they used to do in the indies. This is what they used to. I agree. It shouldn't be done every time because you got to promote your show too. In this case, it's WrestleMania week. Why is Punk talking to AEW and why is Triple H taking shots at Will Ospreay? Let's be honest. Like this is your biggest week, right?
Will Ospreay.
Yeah, he took shots at Will Ospreay.
I forgot to put that.
He didn't say nobody's name or anything.
But we knew who he was talking about.
That could have went to about all three of them. All three of the big three signings that they had. It could have went to all three of them.
No, because it's Will Ospreay. Because they was talking on it. There's been talks that the biggest talk he's had with was Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay was the only one that was on the fence. The reason why he went with AEW is because of the schedule. Everybody knows this.
Mm-hmm.
So when he said that,
what was Hunter's exact?
He said that people are running from the grind because of the schedule. So he's like
Okada said the same thing.
Well, Okada said the same. Well, and then Mercedes, when she had that right before she debuted on Big Business, she was mentioning about the schedule and all the different things that she could do.
But like the way Triple H made it seem like he's like when you're starting in this company, and Will Ospreay is the youngest one in this group. That's why everybody put one and one together. Like he's like when you're growing up in this business and you're running away from the grind. Mercedes done did it already, so she's not talking about Mercedes. You know what I'm saying?
Okada did. What about
Okada? But Okada was never a big shot of side of WWE. He's always going to go AEW. They never had a shot at him. Let's be honest.
We all thought that because he wanted to go wrestle at WrestleMania. Everybody
but he never. But honestly, he always trusted Tony Khan, and the Young Bucks are like his best friends. Everybody knew that. Will Ospreay was the only real one that was on the fence when it came to signing, right? So when he said that, everybody already knew who he was aiming at. It's your WrestleMania week. Why are you talking about somebody that did a signing a month ago, right? Okay. So Will Ospreay, that's why he took his shot.
Tony told him to say that. Tony told him to say that, but come on.
No, he didn't. He wanted to say something else, and Tony said no. Tony didn't tell him to say that. He wanted to say that himself. He wanted to say something else, and Tony told him no. This is right. He wanted to say something else. He wanted to add to it, and Tony told him no. Just stick to this. So that's that to the aspect. Here or there, Will Ospreay's defending himself, whatever. When it comes to the CM Punk situation, CM Punk, why are you bringing this up? Even Jade did the same thing in her interview. She brought up AEW when there was even asking about AEW.
Well, hold on. Before you say why it seemed, remember, we got to also, what's dude's name? I forget, Ariel. I forget his last name.
Ariel.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He
asked directly about AEW. He asked directly about AEW.
We gotta.
No, he asked directly about AEW. Yes.
This is not a WWE. This is not a WWE platform right here. They're doing his own either.
Yeah, but Ariel, everybody knows that he's signed. That he's basically biased towards AEW.
Because he does like BTS Sports with WWE.
Yeah, he does. He's already acknowledged that he's WWE biased. So when he asked about the AEW situation, to me, I felt like that was the time, just like AEW has done. When they asked about CM Punk, they're like, we moved on from that situation. Let's keep it moving. Let's be honest. Ever since this thing happened, the AEW hasn't said nothing about CM Punk. Haven't mentioned anything. They got rid of, but they sent Jack Perry on a sturgeon just to keep that situation away from everything, right? So when Punk got asked the question, Punk didn't have to answer it the way he did and make himself look like a victim. That's the thing. I think that's what made this whole situation weird, is because Punk made himself look like a victim. Like, hey, I was just asking the kid, and he came at me, and then I just defended myself. I don't know why Tony was scared for his life. So that I kind of feel like that's what pushed their hands to say, all right, let's just show the footage to show that he was lying. Did the footage show that he was lying?
No.
Yeah, kinda. But
no,
it didn't.
Yeah,
Everything
kinda.
Punk said was the
because
truth.
no. Because here's the thing.
No.
He made it seem like Jack Perry was aggressive towards him. Jack Perry was
He
never
said
aggressive.
he said he went to. He said he went to
didn't
Jack
say
Perry.
that.
Yeah, but he said that he was
said
acting.
hold on, wait. Remember, like he said he went to Jack. He went to Jack Perry. He didn't say. He said I didn't put hands on someone. I choked someone. He said that.
Yeah.
But he did put hands on him. He pleased the first one that hit him.
He said
that's what I'm saying.
I'm literally listening to what I'm saying. He didn't. He Punk literally said what happened. He's like, I didn't punch anybody. I choked someone out.
Yeah.
So
he said Samoa Joe was there. He said Samoa Joe was there, which Samoa Joe pulled him off of him.
Exactly.
That's
exactly what happened. Punk never said there wasn't a brawl. Punk said he didn't handle his business, and I'm not even. And this is where I'm telling you, I'm not necessarily taking Punk's side because someone said this on Twitter, and I agree with this. If you lay your hands on an employee, yes, you should fire that person. Absolutely, you shouldn't necessarily put your hands on someone. But the point of airing the footage was to make Punk look like he was a liar. And what happened? What Punk said? Even people put the voiceover over the video, and it happened verbatimly. What happened? Nothing. And how could Tony fear his life at that particular point? Tony wasn't even in the vicinity, he didn't go at Tony. Okay.
He went out and did his match. Right after.
There was nothing like it just sounds like what a Karen does, right? Because when you see someone and they speak their piece, I fear my life. That's exactly what Tony Khan came off as. Let's call a spade a spade.
It looked bad.
So here's the thing. So here's the thing. Punk said that he didn't put his hands on nobody. He just choked him out a little bit. The reason why I say that
I didn't punch anybody. That's what he's saying. He said I choked somebody.
Down. I know he said he didn't put his hand. He just choked him out a little bit, right?
It's whatever. He said he just choked him out.
This whole thing was that he just choked him out a little bit, right? But the video doesn't show that. Video shows him putting his hands first on Perry by pushing him, and then going forward again and grabbing him in the front headlock and choking him. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He put him down here like he's about to power bomb.
My point is he was the. My point was he tried to make it seem like he was being defensive, but he was the aggressor, right?
No, because
because if you look at the video that Jenna's talking about, he's saying it, and everything that he's saying is going exactly how he said it.
But they miss it when they're talking. It skips the part where again he pushes him and approaches him again, and then put him in a headlock. Like if somebody pushes you, you're gonna be defensive.
But Punk also said he went up to him because he was talking all this shit and said, "Why are we doing this?" Like he literally goes up to him. We don't know what was actually said because they decided to release no audio footage with no audio. But
a security camera, most security cameras don't have audio.
But he also said,
but regardless of the fact, though, he went up to him. He acknowledged that he went up to him because he felt he was talking shit. And there was a scuffle. There was a scuffle. Samoa Joe was there. Samoa Joe probably said, "Yo, whatever, break," and pulled it away. Everything that happened. Tony Khan wasn't running for his. No one ran for their life.
Let me get through this, all right? Because you guys are cutting me off. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm sorry.
I'll be quiet.
So let's be honest. I was from the beginning of this. I always said that Jack Perry initiated all of this by saying "Real glass, cry me a river," right? Like he didn't have to do that at the pay-per-view. He didn't need to take a shot at because during that week, everybody knew that Punk and him had an issue with using real glass. Like that was the thing. So for him to go on the TV and knowing that Punk's match is next, why would you do that? That was stupid. Like you're antagonizing the guy. I never took that away. Like that's what I'm saying. Like in this situation, I'm not saying Perry is right, and I'm not saying like Punk is right. Because at the end of the day, they both were stupid. Let's keep it 100. In the case of the video, what I'm saying is, yes, Punk, what he's saying is matching, except the part where he pushes the guy. That's my biggest thing. You push somebody, they're going to get defensive. You put their hands on them first. Yes, no matter what he said, you put your hands on somebody first. that's a violation. And then you approach them again. Because the moment that you push them away and then approach them again, you're aggressor. At the end of the day, you're aggressor. And when his interview, he didn't make it seem like he was the aggressor. He made it seem like he was just defending himself. And then he didn't say anything to Tony Khan to make him feel. After he did whatever he did with Perry, you see him step off behind the wall.
I'm done. This is stupid.
Right.
You're a clown.
For Tony Khan is not a fighter. Yes, he might be a punk. This may make him look like a punk. He's a punk. But if you just saw somebody get into a scuffle and they're heated and they jump over at you, he can say threat for his life might be over exaggerated, but he can feel like, all right, is he about to attack me next? Because they just attacked this dude and they were just talking. Like, as a billionaire, you know how billionaires are. They're very protective of their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to my point is, the video, them releasing the video, that was a decision. Whether it's a good decision or a bad decision, I've seen both sides, people arguing like, yeah, this is a good idea, this is a bad idea. In my opinion, I saw that it showed that Punk was a liar, but at the same time, it didn't need to be put on TV because right now you're putting some of the best product you got right now. That's the way I look at it.
I'm gonna disagree about him being a liar. I'm gonna let you.
Because you can't make yourself look like a victim and you're the one that's the aggressor.
But I don't think he's making himself look like a victim. I think
he wasn't even coming off as a victim. It wasn't no victim role in this. He sat here and said what he did. He went up to him for his hot shot booking and sitting over saying he confronted him. Like I said, let me go back to that. Somebody, like, people say that in wrestling, it had way worse happened in locker rooms.
Of course they have.
People in WWE, WWF said it was way worse in the Attitude Era, when somebody went off what it was. It was real fight.
Yeah, it was.
So even that little ass scuffle right there was whack. It was trash. I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, the first person to touch something, yeah, you get fired. You do, rightfully so. But he said I quit even before that. Then still went out there and put on a banger. Yeah, I give CM Punk credit for that. And like I said, too, Tony Khan, that was just whack. Like I said, it's no end game for him showing that video. That's the part I'm saying. Like, what perk are you getting except for you over here promoting the match? You promoting the match.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said at the end. Like, to me, you could be putting out some of the hottest products you have right now. You're being distracted by, like, so to me, in my opinion, it was whack on both sides. I keep saying that. Like, he should never answered about it, and he should never showed the video. I see why they showed the video, but it's just like,
I still don't see why the video was shown. Like,
there was no need for
I
that
agree.
Video.
There was no need to because it doesn't make CM Punk look like a flat out liar. It is what, like you said, maybe
some questions, yeah.
Did it really? I mean,
yeah, because there's people that everybody's not going to see the video the same way. Let's keep it 100. Like, again, I always say this, when I was in college and I learned law and stuff like that, everybody see videos a different way. That's why a lot of times when juries, you got to make sure it's definite. If you brought this in front of a jury, this would not be definite. Okay. The way that Jenna sees it, the way you see it, are different from the way I see it, right?
Okay, but you bring this up in a jury, though. You bring this up
in
a jury. Wait. Majority rules, right? And if majority goes to CM Punk, you win.
I'm saying is the perspective. That's what I always say. If you want the perspective of the video definite, this video would not win it because it's not definite. That's what I'm saying. But some people who's in the jury might see it like I see it, like he's the aggressor. Some people might see the way I see it.
I don't even care about the aggressor part. That's the thing. I don't even care about the aggressor part.
I agree with that. I don't think anyone's disputing the fact that he was exactly. There was no one disputing the fact that
they were trying to show that he was lying.
No one's disputing the fact that he was the aggressor, but liar, no. That's one thing, and that's one thing that's been said about CM Punk. He may be toxic, he may be an asshole, but you have never heard anyone say CM Punk is a liar. And that video, verbatim, is what happened.
Nah, he left out the shoving and being aggressive.
It is no benefit.
I choked him up a bit. He's not even disputing the fact that he didn't tussle with him. He didn't even say, oh, Jack. And if he said, oh, Jack hit me first, yeah, now you lying. He literally said, yeah, no, I handled my business.
I went up to him and I said, what the fuck was that about?
What's good? That's what CM Punk in a nutshell said when he was asked that question.
I can't find
so going back to your point, Joe, I think we both, not us both, all three of us can agree. It hurt them more by showing it. Never mind the fact that he was a liar or not. I don't think that was...
the locker room even agreeing with it though. They saying that they like the Young Bucks didn't even want that to play. Tony wanted that.
So here's the thing. I think that in the beginning, this brings up a lot of discourse like we having right now, where fans felt like it shouldn't have happened. Some fans felt like it happened, whatever. But at the end of the day, it did benefit somebody.
Oh.
The viewership.
Jack Perry. Because at the end of the day, he's been running with the scapegoat situation, and if you follow what happened to him in Chicago, my man got cheered in Chicago. Like my man is using this to the T. That's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, it didn't help AEW. It didn't help AEW like Tony thought it would help AEW. Let's keep it 100.
Yeah, it didn't.
If it was my decision, I would never show the tape. My shit is hot right now. Fuck what they're doing. I'm gonna keep rocking. That's how I felt.
Right.
And I saw why they did it. I saw what they was trying to accomplish. But to me, that's what I would do. But at the end of the day, it did benefit Jack Perry. Because Jack Perry is now, when he goes back into AEW, he's gonna be like that. Like how you get cheered and got people like Chicago crowd. Y'all know how much Chicago loves seeing Punk.
Yeah.
They're singing "Cry Me a River" during his match. Like that's a big win for Jack Perry, and when he comes back from his time in Japan and come back to AEW, it's going to be a big transition.
And they need to capitalize on that and bring him back.
And that begs the question.
Now don't rush it. Let it cook.
But like my last point on this, and we move on. That begs the question, though. Again, and I've been saying this multiple times on here with Tony Khan. It's like you see all the different hats he wears. He's controller creative. He's CEO. I forget the producer.
He gave up the CEO position. And this is the thing. He's hiring more people to take more off of him because at this point, this right here shows he does not have the mind for creative. Why is it that you thought this would benefit your company and it did it? For me, how Jack Perry was able to like, all right, how can I work this in my favor? And that's him on his own, not his company helping him. And this is why I've said over the past couple of years when it comes to AEW, we keep saying give it some time, but I just feel like there's a disconnect in regards to running a wrestling show, a wrestling promotion, in my opinion, when it comes to Tony Khan. I think he made some good decisions, especially in the past couple of months. In terms of AEW, this is his first lapse in a very long time. I think he's starting to find the identity for AEW, especially with the Continental Classics, the way he's been building up the characters like Swerve, Samoa Joe, the women's division's gotten a lot better.
This is where the best wrestlers wrestle.
Right, like I feel like he's building. I feel like he's building more stories for the women as well. He's been hitting. This has been the first bad decision he's done in a while. And honestly, there was I've told Jenna this. I've told people. I've told all the time. For a while, it was on the ropes where he did one more bad decision, and it would have been terrible for AEW. I feel like
it's terrible for AEW right here.
But he had a couple of wins now, so this was one of the things he could afford. He's trying to take a little L. And
this ain't no little L. I'm sorry, this ain't no little L.
Well, an L, however people would measure it, he's allowed this one L. Because at the end of the day, Will Ospreay spun it around for them. Like Will Ospreay was a good spot for them that night. They still got their storylines going. That's what I'm saying. Like you got so much going on with AEW, you didn't need to do that.
Yeah, right. I mean, like I said, I'm for AEW, but right there, I was a waste of my time. I stayed up. I fought my sleep to sit here and watch that.
He got pissed. He got pissed off, I think, at that point, and then he was like, "I'm turning this off."
I'm done with AEW. I was like, that shit was trash. And then you see everything that's coming out with it. They said like people saying that FTR stuff that wasn't even scripted. What they came out with, that was really legit. Like there was no point of showing that video. It was stupid. They didn't want to hype the match. Like, then they said they're using it to hype the matchup because it was a distraction, and that's why the Young Bucks lost. Like, come on now. Like that was like them two teams right there alone don't need it. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and say Vince was the greatest booker and everything. Vince done some dumb shit. We all agree with that. But that right there was just terrible right there. Like, that was a terrible book. Hopefully he bounced back and learned from that and stay the fuck away from creative. Because that
I think the bounce back. I'm not ready to write AEW off. Like I said, like that was a bad judgment call. And clearly, because they didn't even upload the footage, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, they took it all. They took it all down, and they got more dislikes. They got more dislikes on YouTube than likes on there. They had like thousands and thousands of dislikes than likes.
I'm willing to give them a shot because, like you just mentioned, with Bucks and FTR can do the damn thing. We're still waiting for Swerve to get his moment, and
it was a panic move.
Coming to become
That's what it was.
to become champion. We're still waiting and seeing what's going on.
Athena's about to come up. Athena's on Collision now.
Athena, she had a dope match with Red Velvet on Saturday. Yes, I watched it. Surprisingly, I watched Collision and Battle of the Belt. Yeah, on a Saturday night. Check me out. But
we got because
she wasn't feeling well.
Because I wasn't feeling well.
Hey, Mercedes book. And I'm sorry, Mercedes booking is trash right now. I don't care what nobody say. Like I said, this is me as a fan talking.
She's been doing anything.
She's not doing nothing. Like, wait. We can all agree. I say, and Jenna could too, and she the biggest Sasha fan in here, Mercedes fan. Her promos and talking is not her strong suit, and it's going to end up backfiring if she doesn't get in the ring. She needs to fucking wrestle.
She's gonna get in the ring. She just said she's gonna challenge to the TBS Championship.
May 26th. May 26th.
No, at Dynasty. What's that? A few weeks from now.
Is she set to wrestle somebody?
She's not fighting in Dynasty. She's fighting at All In. May 26th.
Yeah, she's not fighting to All In for the TNT Championship. Like her promos is not her strong suit. She needs to get in the ring and fight. Because I'm getting tired of her. And
we don't know.
This is not good.
Time out. We don't know if she's not going to be at Dynasty or she's not going to have a match before them because
now the situation is back. She literally. We're not saying she's not going to be at Dynasty. What we're saying is because she said this on Twitter. When someone asked her, when are you getting in the ring? She said, All In. Because now it's the thing where Mercedes not necessarily keeping things close to her chest. She's actually was talking to fans and responding to everything that they were asking. She legitimately said her first match will be at All In. And she said, and then she even said it on Dynamite a couple of weeks ago that she's waiting for the winner between Julia and Willow.
I'll be there.
My thing is, I hear.
But All In is in August.
No, Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing. My fault.
Double or Nothing.
Yeah, Double or Nothing. My fault.
Double or Nothing.
But that makes sense because that's in Vegas. That's one of their big pay-per-views. That makes sense. You get the pay-per-view buys.
But okay. I hear what Koley's saying, and I understand your standpoint. But there has to be I agree with what he's saying in the sense of I love Mercedes down, right? But there's so much you can do by coming out. It was dope when she came out in Boston because we haven't seen her in X amount of years, and now she's in her hometown. It was a triumphant moment. The following week, it was cool too because now it was like, all right, now the women's division is all of a sudden cooking. But it's so many times someone's gonna keep coming out and just talking or showing up on commentating. It's like now we didn't come here to see you talk. We came here to see you wrestle. I'm all about waiting. I'm giving it a shot, but I'm just like.
2 months is too long.
It's.
But y'all waited for Jade for 7.
Maybe she wasn't clear. Maybe she wasn't.
I was getting frustrated with Jade, but Jade wasn't on TV every week. How Sasha is, it wasn't no big.
Yeah, but that's my problem, right? It's better to have her at least being seen so she's not forgotten.
Well, of
and
course,
then now she has this. Now she has the angle of who attacked me. She's not gonna just be out there talking and just be like, "Hey, I can't wait for Double or Nothing." Now she's gonna be on a hunt.
Yeah.
Like, all right, who's attacking me?
But is she going to fight or she going to be?
Yeah, she's gonna find maybe a backstage ball, whatever. Like you said, less talking and more physical.
Because
she gets her first match.
like I said, with the whole Jade thing, we want to compare that to Jade. I was getting frustrated with Jade. I was like, Jade needs to do something. Then she just went away. Like she's showing up to all the shows and all the stuff, and then she had her little throne. She had a little throne at NXT. And then
she did have a death in the family, so we have to be mindful of that.
Yeah, we have to have mindful. We gotta be mindful for that. But the thing is, Mercedes had this whole big thing. She come out and everything. Now she's coming out every week, do commentating, coming out CEO.
Yo, that's money. That's money.
That's
views.
It gets old. It gets old. That's all I'm saying.
Not to her fans.
But her talking.
I mean, I'm her fan. I'm her. I'm on the fence.
I'm her fan.
And he's her fan. I'm on the fence. There was a time. Listen, You remember when she was on Raw and SmackDown, or specifically Raw, and it wasn't much going on for her, but there was still like this some type of excitement, like, okay, she's gonna probably have a match. She's probably gonna do this, that, and third. So I was still hyped to tune into Raw. With this past week with Dynamite, I was just like, I'm not excited. I'm not excited. I'm not fed up. I'm not excited. That's the word I'm using.
But when you saw her get beat down backstage,
I didn't necessarily. I'll be honest that it was. I like how she's promoting it on Twitter when she started interacting with all the different women wrestlers or the wrestlers in AEW. That's what I like from it. But from the actual promo itself, I was just like,
talking in her strong point.
Right.
If she could be, like I said, if she could be out here and be, like I said, be like Ospreay. I'm just using him for example, Ospreay, and
that was a good promo.
And that was a good promo. And then you sitting over here and you getting clicks off all your promos, and you sitting over talking and engaged, and like she doesn't have that. She's never had that. That's not her strong point. Like remember, like we could sit here and like this is like far fetched, but you know what I'm talking about. When Austin was hurt, but he kept coming and doing promos and talking and everything and keeping everybody engaged. That's not what she is and what she's about.
No, I agree with that.
Like I said, for Boston, it was triumph. It was a triumphant moment because she's in our hometown. We hadn't seen her in a minute. You know, this is Mercedes, like what we know, what she's that, and it was a pretty good promo. But like he said, if that's not your strongest point, and then you come out and you're doing that every week, and it's not your strongest point, and you're doing it every week, then it's like, all right. So now fast forward to this past Wednesday, I'm sitting there like the excitement is not there because I already know she's not going to wrestle. She already said that. They already said she's not wrestling till May 26th. So I'm just like, okay. Is there a chance she's gonna even be on like that? And that's the thing with AEW too, because we've seen that there's a good possibility someone might not even be on. So that's the thing with too, like, yo, is she gonna be on? And then you finally see like last minute she's promoting that she's gonna be on. So that's my only thing. I'm a fan of hers, and I know we're all fans of her, and I'm riding it through. But I think there's a little more needs to be done.
Well, now I think that it'll be better that she has a story to promote going into May 26th.
I think so.
I think it was more so like figuring out who's her first opponent, figuring out like letting it set in. Like, hey, let's make sure we see that every week. Because before the Discord had always been, hey, don't just put people on TV to wrestle. Give them a story. Even though it's Mercedes, they're like, oh, make sure that everybody knows who she is. She built that for a couple of weeks. They realized, maybe not her talking every week is the best point. Let's start moving forward. What's the storyline? This is a storyline now. So let's see what we have. 6 weeks of storyline to tell.
I hope.
And
so.
I like the storyline because my initial reaction on Twitter was, oh, Willow or Julia need their ass kicked. But then I forgot,
Paige is there.
Chris could be one that attacked Mercedes for Willow.
Right. Why you not paying attention to me? Why you focus on Willow?
It could be
so I'm like,
Paige is back there. Paige is still back there. I mean, people forgot about.
Let's see where it goes.
Britt Baker's still back there. Britt Baker's forgotten about.
Let's see where it goes.
My thing is, I'm just so I hear what both of you saying. She's not her strongest point, but like you said, now there's a storyline. So I'm like, all right, now my interest is peaked again. Are they going to capitalize on it? But
are they going
no more shots? Like
Can you draw? Or will they be able to draw this out? Like, say, let's sit here and say it's not Willow or it's not everything, and it comes out that who attacked her, but she's fighting that double or nothing, and it's not the person that won. Is she gonna have a match before that? What's going to happen?
Because the first match double or nothing is going to be for the TBS title, correct?
Yeah.
So now she got to watch her back. If it's not one of those two, now she knows that she has to watch her back in her match. Like,
at the end of the day, it's like, to wrap this up in a bow, it's like there's a lot that can be done with her presence in AEW. Obviously, we saw, because we didn't get the chance to record that the match between what was the match that wound up being the main event?
Willow and
Julia Hart, and then was I think that wasn't it a triple threat, or am I bugging? I can't remember, but that when
not Julia Hart. It was Willow versus Sky Blue. Was it? No, I can't remember.
Yeah. It was better than Julia. Yeah, Julia. It was a tag team. That match was fire.
Right.
Fire. And then we wouldn't have tuned in because if it wasn't for Mercedes, or the good majority of people wouldn't have tuned in if it wasn't Mercedes' presence in AEW. So there's good in her, but like Koley said, it has to be. We have to capitalize on this.
And I always say this. This is the last thing. AEW needs to do better in their promotions. They need to, and because of the cities they pick, the way they promote during the week, like when they did the whole situation when they came to New York and have people go to Good Day New York and things of that nature, that helps. I feel like they're trying to get higher help for that as well. In that sense, we keep saying it's 5 years old, but it's still a baby, so they're figuring out a lot. We're figuring out a lot. But that's the show. I know we're all. This is one of those
because you
episodes.
wanted to talk about so much under the sun that wasn't WWE. So
this might be. I might have split this up in two. I ain't gonna hold you.
I was thinking it needs to be split up.
I might split this up in two. WrestleMania recap and our regular episode because
a couple of things.
Yeah. Right. We touched on everything here, but that's the show. Shout out to our guest down here, Tyler Tuesdays, our social media manager.
Talk to me, baby.
Koley. You see all the titles in the background. I don't know how he do it, but he got him.
Go ahead, promote your stuff.
Go ahead. Yeah. This is your platform right here.
I would say, Title Tuesday. Everybody show love. Hashtag. I'll repost you. Koley's Corner, 7:00 Eastern every Tuesday. Branching off to Thursdays too. Starting on this Thursday, 7:00 as well. Talk to me, baby.
He out here.
He out here, and I am Miss Jenna Baby BAYBEE,
and I'm Blue. Make sure you go cop that power for the people. Know what I mean? On ForYouReady.com. Purchase the Mixed Tag Shows merch as well. How you do this?
And hit the merch for King Koley Title Tuesday.
Talk to me.
I don't know why that's not on For Your Wear, but we'll talk about that later.
There we go.
Some business talk. Got Magneto made an appearance.
Goodbye. Mwah. And good night. Bang.
Peace.
Talk to me, baby.
TheMixedTagShow.